What's up, everybody? It's your health and fitness specialist, Kelly Brown, and I'm excited because today I have everything I need to get started. Saw my physical therapist this morning. He told me what my limits were. My arm is back in rotation again. I got an ugly scar, but I can still do some work. So today, my friend was nice enough to let me use his gym. I got a wonderful camera woman now, and we're gonna go inside and try to really get to some work, get me back acclimated, get me back activated in the gym. I've been working my legs, I've been working my upper body just with a couple exercises that allowed me to still be active so I don't lose too much of my strength and too much of my symmetry. But I'll show you later on what my upper body is looking like so you can kind of see, and I'll give you a close-up of the scar just so you can kind of have an understanding of, the detail and what I lost and what I may be able to get back after I keep on training, okay? Anyway, let's go. So, set of calf raises, get my calves back together. I'm doing 4 sets of somewhere between 10 and 20, depending on how sexy I'm feeling. I might do 20, but if it starts hurting too much, I'm feeling like a sucker, then I'll do 10, but I'm not gonna do no less than 10 though, okay? In order to get different details in your calves, you have to change the angles of not necessarily just your foot position, but your knee position, okay? To get your calves to be wider on the outsides, to get this piece right here, you wanna make sure that your knees are bent slightly. In order to get just that meat on the back of the calf here, you can keep your legs and your knees locked out and you keep them straight, and then you do them. So what I like to do is alternate back and forth. I'll do a set, my knees locked, do a set with my knees bent, locked and then bent like that, and that's how I get my 4 sets of 20. So first we're gonna do the soleus ones. That's the outer side of your calves, the wide piece, the part that makes your calf look wider from the front on and from the back. And then the gastrocnemius is the big meaty part of your calf, and that's the part that you see on the inside. But don't just work one, make sure you double up. And if you go to a gym that happens to have a tibialis machine, which is the front, like your shin area, try to work that too, because a lot of people don't have that, because a lot of us don't have access to that type of equipment, or we're just too lazy and we forget about doing those small details later on. So, anyway, let's get started. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is work the soleus, which is the wide part. So come on up here so I can show them close up. That's the outer side of your calf. You can see my muscle kind of flexing a little bit when I come up. You can see where it separates from the soleus. You let it hang in the back, stretch it out, come on the wheel. All right, and then if I do the gastrocnemius, which is the inside, you can change your foot position or do something like this, and if you want to, like I like to keep my legs locked out because it really lets you hit it more quality. That's it. That's it. Let's move on to the next thing. Now we got hamstrings, leg curls. All right, next is gonna be leg curls, okay? And with these, I never go heavy. I always take my time on my leg curls because interestingly enough, I try to prevent injury, but sometimes it just happens and it's unforeseen. But if I can at least control it, then I'll use something like, take my time, get the blood to that area, make it feel good first, and then I'll start going hard. But I personally, my hamstrings get sore so fast that I just never really use any heavy weight, and I never have to. So let's See what happens. And if you're paying attention to the detail of why I'm doing certain things, I'd like to mention that if you can, take your time on the eccentric motion and come down slow rather than coming up so super fast and just trying to crank them out. Try to take your time, come down real slow, and let that muscle really stretch, because the work is done on the eccentric, not the concentric. So the contraction is nothing, but when you let it come down slow, you tearing your muscle fibers apart and you putting that blood back in them real fast. So that's how you want to build them up. Hey John, am I lying? The work is done on the eccentric motion, right? Y'all heard that confirmation? See, so that's what I'm talking about sometimes. I'm old, I'm a little rusty, but I still remember some good stuff. That's how I cut it. Okay, so let's talk. This is my first time doing this exercise. And I'm not sure how this is gonna go. So if it works, I'm gonna stay with it. If after I do a couple reps or something like that, it feels crazy, I'm gonna have to move on to something else. So y'all pray for me. See, now I'm more flexible. I can tell I'm getting more depth. You know what? All right. Like, it's okay. It's all right. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. I think maybe I was more scared and I didn't appreciate it. But like I said, once I find that spot, like that perfect foot position, and I think your first set has to be a warm-up set. And after you warm up and get used to it, then you can kind of get a better angle. But let me see the form fast. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. Show you what it looks like from right here. All right, so you see how the foot pad ain't nothing but it's just a skinny little thing? So I'm gonna show you what it looks like. All right, pull these little clips out. Boom. And so I'm really not that flexible, so I gotta get wider than the foot pad. See what I'm saying? So if I come down, it's like your feet kind of want to turn in and do what they want to do on their own. But as long as I feel like if I get enough depth on it, then I'm still hitting the quad. You probably see like my leg shaking a little bit, but that's working. Everybody's been waiting for. I know you want to know, if somebody gets an injury, how far do they fall off, okay? So, I'm going to let you see and I'm going to let you judge for yourself, okay? So, I haven't done anything 5 weeks, right? But I don't think I'm too bad. So, and here's that scar here. Can you see that? That's the scar that I got from it. It's nasty. So they cut me up here, and they came around. So I can't feel any of this. Like this right here, I can't feel it. I don't know what's going on under there. But my arms, if you can kind of see, like it's still swollen on top. Like it's flat right here, and then it gets into this lump right there. And if you compare it to this one, there's no lump at the bottom. It's just smooth all the way across. But aside from that, though, I don't feel like I'm too disproportionate or anything like that. Like I still got my shoulders, still got my back. You know, like everything is still where it needs to be. Like my legs didn't fall off. My legs are still, I mean, of course, legs are okay, whatever like that. But still got my abs. I still like my vacuum, you know. So I still got everything I need to. But I know like consciously that my biceps are different. And the main thing is just, if you can tell, there's like an inch worth of meat right there, right? That's missing on this one. From where the crease is, you see I put my finger right on the crease, and there's like, it comes up, there's that gap, my finger on the crease, and it touches right at the bottom of my bicep. So that's the only thing. But the physical therapist said that I'll get that back as long as I just keep on working on it, and we keep doing our rotation exercises. From what I learned this time is that the bicep tendon is for supination. So your bicep tendon is what makes you be able to turn your wrist over. And I got some turn, but I don't have enough. Like, if you can tell when I turn my arm, nothing happens. If I turn this arm, you can kind of see that like the muscle wants to clench up and everything. So I just don't have that activity yet. Like my muscle isn't firing like it needs to. But within a couple weeks, I'm doing physical therapy twice a week. It should be back to normal. And hopefully by like December, January, I'll be able to actually start doing bicep stuff, tricep stuff. You know, in the meantime, all I'm doing is pullovers. I do a lot of pullovers, like 100 pullovers for my back. And the good thing is that when I do pullovers, I can feel it in my triceps as well. And then I do a lot of like cable flies, and I can just keep them real close with like a light weight and just squeeze real tight. And that's enough for my chest. And I can of course do abs, that's nothing. And then like for my shoulders, all I do, I find one of those gyms, not here, but I go to a different gym, and you can sit in the machine, and all you can do is just those shoulder flies. And that's enough for me to just really hit my delts, and I can do my rear delts by going here to here. So as long as I can do those things, everything is getting worked with the exception of my biceps. So give me a couple weeks and I'll be back to normal. Oh, and the last thing is I am on supplements again. So I'm taking a protein powder, vegan protein powder that has collagen. I'm taking beta alanine for the first time. I took it for the first time, and the first day I took it, viewer discretion, it was making my balls tingle. It was the craziest thing ever. Like everything was itching on me, like all of my nuts, everything was itching. It was the craziest thing. So the second time, it wasn't that bad. And I'm taking glutamine as well. And so the doctor and my physical therapist, they don't know what caused it to tear. Like I said before, it just tore by me opening my arm one day once I was getting off of a roof. But what they said was it happens over time, and then at some point it just kind of goes when it wants to. So that's why I was like, okay, well, how can I prevent this one from doing the same thing? Because, you know, of course, I'm doing the same thing with my arm all the time. So I've been taking glutamine and the beta alanine and the collagen to kind of strengthen my tendons back up, to kind of get some of that tissue solid again so that I can prevent it. And I'm thinking that that will help. And hopefully, if I found, you know, that these supplements are helpful, I'm gonna just stay on these forever. And maybe one day I can get sponsored by somebody, and y'all can start sending me some supplements for free. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.